The funny thing is that you never hear economists talk about love. And yet, if you look at the science of economics, it's all about relationships. The relationship between supply and demand, and of course its relationship with the wider society and the environment. If you look at what happens to companies and how they succeed or fail, it's all a matter of relationships. And the quality of those relationships, those economic relationships, therefore matters. If those relationships are built on conflict and fear, you will get a particular kind of economy, damaging gaps between those that have much more than they need and those who don't have enough. There are no absolute economies, only economies that express the values that underlie them. So if we turn this question on its head and say, with the values that dominate the economy at the moment, is there any evidence of what the outcome is? And of course there is. Devastating evidence of climate breakdown, of the gap between the rich and the poor, resource depletion, the pollution of water, and so on. What we need urgently to do is to discover other ways of being in our economy. But just imagine if you had an economy of love. What would that be like? If those relationships were built along lines of trust and collaboration and consideration, such an economy would be much more resilient than the frail economies that we now experience. We would still need to go out and buy our groceries, and we would still need hospitals and places to have our hair cut. All of those things would happen, but they would be governed by a different set of values, more resilient in the long term. Not only can love change the global economy, it must change the global economy. That we need to create an economy of love, an economy based upon the ways in which we care for each other and the ways in which we care for the earth. The key thing in all of this is that we believe that such an economy would be possible, that we can begin to imagine it. Because unless we can imagine it, it will not arise.